Hi everyone, we're back with our next installment of the series where we are creating a retro style pixel art game from scratch in Construct 2 specifically. And with me as always is Corey. Say hi, Corey.
Hey, how's it going?
And we did want to mention, Corey and I both happen to have mostly open schedule for the next something like 5 to 7 days. So we decided we would change things up and see if we can do a really focused kind of sprint. If you're familiar with the agile system of sprints and scrums. Scrums are meeting. Sprints are a length of time where you game develop. And so what we're going to try to do is see how much of this game we can get made within those next 5 to 7 days. So it's going to be a really hectic development cycle, and editing these big step-by-step videos takes a long time. So over the next several days, what we plan to do is, while we're going to record a lot of the work we're doing on the game, I won't edit them into videos until after this 5 to 7 day cycle. So instead, I'll just be doing a daily update video just explaining what we managed to get done on a particular day. Yeah, and then we're going to, once we're through that 5 to 7 day sprint, then I will start editing and uploading those videos to sort of catch everyone back up to the actual step-by-step process we took to add that logic and behavior to the game. Alright, so let's dive into what we're going to be doing hopefully in this video, and that is where we left off. You can now earn these power-ups that come. The heart already works. You can grab it and it gives you back a little bit of health, but currently nothing happens when you overlap, when you grab, or should be grabbing, the fire power-up. So we need to make that happen. So the first thing we're going to do is go into gameplay events, and I'm going to go all the way up to the top, and we're going to create no global value, which will keep track of your power level. So we're going to add global variable. I'm going to call it fire power. We'll have to think about what we're going to do later on, because I think what we might want to do is have maybe each level have a different power that you get. That's currently what's in my mind. So eventually I don't know if we'll want a different variable to keep track of each one, or I think what's just going to happen is at the end of this level you're just going to lose that power, and then you'll have to earn the new power in the next level, kind of like Altered Beast.
Right.
So for now this one variable is fine, and it starts at 0 because you just have the regular gauntlet. So that's the first step. And then what we can do is I can search for, let me actually see what that item is called, the health, because we can copy that event. So health pickup. So I'm just copying the name of that, and then I'm going into gameplay events, and I'm going to go up here and search and paste that. And here it is, health pickup on collision. So one thing that I did since we made this code was we added your art. You created an animation for any item that gets grabbed, like a little flash effect. So we might as well add that before we copy this line of code. So I'm going to add an action, and we are going to have that health pickup spawn an item. So health pickup, and I think it's called spawn. Let's see. Yep, under miscellaneous, spawn another object, and then we pick the object, and let's see, what did I call it?
I think it's grab flash.
There you go. Very good. G, and then image point 0. That's good. So we should do that before we destroy the health pickup. And it does have some other sub-events we can't see at the moment, so let's clear this and look at 106 just to see what else happens. Okay, so it just adds to the hit points, and then updates the health meter. Okay, we don't even need that stuff, so let me see. Yeah, we will just deselect this, so when I copy, and then I can paste. Oh, interesting, it didn't realize I deselected. I guess that could be considered a bug. Alright, so now what we're going to do is replace object health pickup with the flame pickup. And so I already have a sound effect apparently, and it creates that and it destroys the pickup. That's good, but the next thing we need to do is we need to add, so we're going to add to firepower 1, and that's it for that. Save progress. Alright, so now that he should be able to actually collect it, and there's a variable keeping track of whether or not he has this firepower, the problem is there's not going to be any visual way to see that this is working, and obviously we want it to affect the special effect of his attack and how those attacks affect enemies. So the next step is going to be to go to the spriter layer and find this object, which is called attack effect. So I'm just going to grab that name, go into gameplay events, paste that in, and now we can find everywhere that spawns the object, which is right here. This is for the standard attack, I believe. Yep. So what we need to do is this will it gets created no matter what, which is fine, and this basically makes it face the right way, but depending on which way you're facing. But what we need to do is add a sub-event. So we're going to add a blank sub-event, and we're going to bring this up to the top. What we want to do is now check to see if, basically see what the level is of firepower, if any, and update the animation accordingly. So it's going to be, let's see, add another condition, and it's going to compare the variable firepower is, we'll do it one step at a time, is equal to 1. Okay, so if it's equal to 1, what we want to do is take that, what is it called, attack blur, I think? Oops.
Attack effect.
Attack effect, there we go, thank you. So attack effect, so what we're going to do is we are going to set its animation, set animation to 1, and then whatever it is called. Hold on a second, let's just, I've got to find what the exact name is. The easiest thing to do is just double click in here and right click and choose rename, and then I can just copy and paste. And I go back here, and alright, so this should be this, and then obviously we can do, I think what we will do is make it stay the same looking as far as visual representation of its power level. It'll stay looking the same for the first 2 increases to its power level, but it'll just fly out farther and do a bit more damage. And then when you get the third, then it actually updates how it looks as well. And then it'll go out even a little further, and then the fourth will be the same appearance, but it goes further still and does more damage still. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. So let's see. And let's also look at whether or not its speed, bullet speed 10, enabled. So it is already moving theoretically when it is spawned. Oops, wrong event sheet. So let's see, we're not stopping it, we're just changing its direction. So apparently it does already fly out a little bit even when it's just the regular thing. So it's just going to be a matter of increasing the speed. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to choose attack effect, and then under bullet set speed. So the first normal one is 10, so we'll make it 15. So 1.5 times faster. And then that's fine. And then firepower equals 2. Same thing. Same animation. It'll go out a little farther, so 20. And then 3. And we will now change the animation to 2, which is visual power level 2. And then just go out a little bit more, 25. And then finally, we will do is greater, or we'll just do greater than 3. So now it's 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. That'll be like the maxed out firepower. And we'll do 30. Okay, so we are ready to run it and see if it works. Let me grab my backward controller, that will confuse me. Oops, wrong frame. Okay.
Netherverse.
Yep. Okay. Yes, I grabbed it, and yay, now I have the flame.
Alright.
So I just need to grab more. Well, it certainly seems to be working. Nice. I see a problem, though. Yes. Okay, so I remember what we did. We have an event elsewhere that says if animation is default, then you make the object stick right in front of the player, like at all times in a specific place. But you can see now that that's not having effect because because it's not in an animation default. It looks fine when you're sitting still, but when you're moving forward, then you can actually, oh, well, it's fine also when you're walking on the ground, because as you can see, because you stop, it goes out ahead of you the way you expect, but when you're moving in the air forward, you can actually go right inside of it. It doesn't come out, right? So what we're going to need to do is figure out how to add the speed that we want it to be plus the speed of the player. So let's see if that'll work. Like if we just use that raw logic, hopefully the same speed, numerical speed values apply to both the platform behavior as well as bullet speed. So let's see if that works. So instead of just doing these hard-coded numbers here, we are going to do that would be the player box vector x, that is the current moving speed, plus. So I'm just going to grab this and click done, and then paste that there. So hopefully what this will do is make it look and feel right. Even if you're moving, it'll always be moving out roughly that much faster than you. I think that makes sense. Let's see how it does. Run it once again. Not bad. Looks like if it's not completely right, it's mostly right. Oops.
Well, it's a little off because it still seems to get
I overlap
behind a lot, you know.
I don't know. I can't
and there's no
overlap it in the
vertical
center.
fix either, so it's
Oh, vertical fix. Oh, that I can do. That I can always set its Y to match the player. That's no problem, no matter what the animation is. But as far as horizontally, it's definitely staying in front of him, which is good. But it should be sped up a tiny bit more. Like he's not completely overlapping it, but
See, it looks like
a
it's
little bit
working
faster.
correctly when he's moving right, but left, it seems to be different. Like,
Oh,
see how
maybe I
it's...
need maybe I need absolute value. Yeah. Because he's moving that way, I need a negative. Do I need negative numbers? That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought so. Oh, I'll bet you vector x is a negative number. So we need absolute value of player box. Good job catching this stuff, by the way. You're saving us time. So I think it's ABS parentheses, right? So because if you're going left, it's a negative number, and that's slowing down the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this should fix. And then actually, before I do that, it did also seem like it still wasn't quite perfect, so I'm going to do the absolute value player vector x, and then I'm going to do times 1.1, which will give it like a 10% speed increase.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Okay. And while we're at it, we might as well also handle the Y issue as well. So
Yeah.
somewhere you'll see it. It'll say if animation is set position. Here it is. So it's for default or airbash currently. It's setting the position. So what we want is player box Y minus 24. That's pretty easy to remember. So what we want to do is always. So we're going to just add. Oh no. Insert new event above, and we're going to say, let's see, I guess it won't matter, we'll just do every tick, and then we're going to take the attack effect, and we're going to set its Y, and it's going to be the player box Y minus 24. Okay. Let us.
And then I guess...
Yep, go ahead. Am I in the Spriter layout again?
Well, I was going to
No.
say...
Okay, go ahead. Yep.
Do you now need to remove that other piece of code?
No.
That,
because technically they're doing the same thing on the Y. You see, it stays with it now on the Y. And it goes out quite a bit. Yep. It's still, I think... Ooh, that was weird. When I whipped around, it doesn't whip around with you. Question is, should it? If it stays with you on the Y, it should. So that's the question. Do we want it to stay with you on the Y, or is it its own thing when it leaves your attack? You know what I mean? Since it's flame. So I get.
I don't know.
Because this.
I mean, I would think it would. It probably should stick to the player. You know, I mean, for gameplay purposes. But
Okay. So in that case, though, you'd be able to whip around, and it would teleport to the other side of you. So let's try that. And actually, let me restart. I forgot what the behavior is with the regular one if you whip around in the air. You know what I mean? Oops. Oh yeah, it does. All right, so that is the default behavior. It just instantly whips around, but it stops doing that. Okay, so we can just copy. So what do we need to do with it? That's going to be a little tricky, though. Okay, we need to do this a different way, which is no big deal. Let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to, instead of using bullet speed for it, we're going to have a variable, which is its current X position away from the player.
Mm-hmm.
and that value is going to automatically increase itself by this speed every frame, like every 50th of a second or something.
Right.
And then it's going to be just adjusting its Y position. It's going to stick it to the player, but its X, it's going to be the player plus that or minus that, depending on if the player's facing left or right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But what that means is, let's see that variable again, right? This expression here, see right here? So we're going to make it, we can get rid of this because it's always going to be the same. You can see it's always the same. And we're just going to add that variable into the X equation.
Right.
So it's right now minus 16, so it's going to be minus parentheses 16 plus, and then whatever that ever-growing value is for the attack effect. So we can replace this. All right, so I'm going to remove OR block, and we're going to get rid of these. Now that means every tick, but it looks nicer and is easier to understand if we put that there. There we go. All right, so every tick, that's all good. So, but what we need to do is add that, but we need to create the variable first, and we no longer need this at all. And so now it's in Spriter, it's this, and let's see here. We want instance variables and X from player, and I'm going to make another variable called X speed, and I'm going to misspell speed on purpose just in case that's necessary, and its default will be 0 for when it's default. Okay, so now, wrong thing, there we go. So in these things, instead of setting the bullet speed, what we are going to do is we're going to make, let's see, we're going to set its variable. Let me think here. Yeah. We're going to set its X speed variable. X speed, we're going to set that to that number, so 15, and get rid of that. Copy and paste this a bunch of times, so 20, 25, oops, cancel, 30, okay, so 15, 20, 25, 30, and get rid of this. So now we don't need a bullet speed for this at all, I think. Yeah, and we don't need to set its angle of motion, we just need to set it mirrored or not. So this is now useless. Okay, and then going back to, where is it? Yeah, set mirrored or not, and then where is that event that sets, oh yeah, every tick, it's right here, sets its position. What we're going to do is first, we are going to, actually we'll do another every tick up there for that same thing. So where is that every tick? Here it is. Actually no, we can't do it every tick. Hold on a second. Alright, we're going to need a new action. So add new event above, and it's going to be I guess compare two values. And we're just going to check if one of these things exist. So count is greater than 0. I think only one can exist at a time, but just in case. So long as one of these exists, then add another condition. And we're going to do every so many fractions of a second, which, how do you do a 50th of a second? 0.02?
Yeah.
All right. So every 50th of a second, we are going to increase that value. So we're going to add 2 x from player. We're going to add x speed. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah.
So we're telling it its movement speed by when depending on its power level, and then we're actually changing the x offset value by increasing it with that speed amount. And then what we need to do is that here where it sets the x and y, we can do player box. Yeah, so we're just going to do minus 16 plus, and then we have the distance from player, x from player. Done. And then the same thing here. This might be too fast, I just realized. I think those speeds that we set were based originally on the blit speed, which is pixels per second, and we're doing 50 times a second, so it'll be 50 times faster. I'm pretty sure. So we need to, they'll shoot across the screen at light speed if I'm correct, which I think I am. So we'll have to correct for that. But I'll run it and just to see if I'm correct. Plus it'll be funny. So let's see. So 16 plus.
Well, maybe that'll eventually be one of his power-ups.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So of course, I know we weren't going for that.
Yeah, there was one time I was making a game a long time ago, prototyping a game, and accidental behavior from code was it was like a spaceship shmup, like a vertical scrolling shmup, and the accidental behavior created by these this bullet wave was really cool. Like ended up designing it into the game, just like tweaking the bug a tiny bit. Like the unexpected behavior, which is a form of bug, it ended up being a cool discovery. Something I would have never imagined or would have been able to program if I tried, but just the accidental bug behaved this way, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Anyway, so let's get that variable. Let's see here. X from player. There we go. All right, so they should just zoom right across the screen at crazy speeds. I mean, they shouldn't, but it will right now. Darn it. But it will right now, I think, and then we'll just have to reduce those numbers. Take that, Birdman. Whoa, look at that. Can you see it even with the screen share? How fast that is?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though. Alright, so we just need to go into the gameplay events and tweak all those numbers. The thing is, you have a calculator handy? What's 15 divided by 50? 0. What? You know what I mean? Oh, well, we would just cut it in half. We would just cut it in half, right? And then do 0.0 that. So it would be basically 0.75. Or 0.075, I think.
Well, it's 0.3.
It is?
So what you would do,
is
double it and then move the decimal. So
okay, 0.3
spaces.
Yeah. Okay. So and then 20 divided by 50 would be 40
point
0.04. No, just 0.4, right?
Right.
0.4. I guess you got to do the 0 first. And then 25 would be 0.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then 0.6. Math is our friend. I pluralized math for some reason. I must be turning British. Maths. Let's see here. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
All right.
Nice.
Seems to be about right, actually. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Or matching what we did before. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it's definitely working. So now it's just a matter of tweaking those numbers. Yeah, it definitely goes out more as you get the power-ups. And then it stops. Like, that's as much out as it'll go. So, I mean, we might want to make it able to go out farther than that, but the important thing is it's working.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh yeah, we did not do it yet for bash, so let's do it now for air bash, I mean. Alright, so now that that's working, we just need to grab all of this that checks on the firepower, and we can just copy it right into the air bash trigger under here, but before the mirrored stuff. Not that that matters, really. It would work if it were under the mirrored stuff too. This is, once again, no longer needed. We just need to change these animation names. I know it's something similar, but I don't remember exactly what it is. So let's do the same trick of copying and pasting the name. So it's just air bash. Did I misspell air? Is that a typo? Yeah, it looks like a typo down here. Looks like AE. What is that?
A bash.
AIR. Alright. Rename. Okay. So, go here. And so, yep. So this will be that with a 1. Same thing. The 1. And then here with the 2. Yep, go ahead.
I think Airbash is a pretty good title for the game.
There you go. Barbarian Airbash Bonanza.
Yes.
2000. You gotta have that straight
Deluxe.
To there you go. You have to have that like straight to bargain bin name
Right.
format. Made by committee. Named by committee. Alright, where is it? Oops, running the wrong frame. Wah wah. Alright, where is it? No, I did it again. I didn't change what layout.
Quit running the snow level.
Yeah, exactly. That was supposed to be a secret level. I ruined it. It really annoys me when it doesn't pop up. Okay. Let's kill this Birdman. Grab that. And we will air bash a bat out of the air. Or not a bat, a falcon. Okay, it worked. Of course, now the issue is it doesn't have any additional effect. It behaves exactly like the normal version. So that's what we have to fix next. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how to isolate those events that are specific to the what is it called? Attack effect. So we will go back into the events. We will. I know I didn't have to clear it and then put it back in, but I'm just tired. We'll call that a brain fart. Let's see here. So we need to see when it's, okay, overlapping falcon, So this is the stuff right here that we're going to need to change. And specifically, this we don't even theoretically need to change because they die anyway. It's the air bash one that we need to, which is here, that needs to change, which in this case will be air bash is playing, set animation to hit. Why are we bothering? I'm a little confused. I thought we just immediately destroyed the bird and replaced it with the bird that's going flying, which is here, bashed falcon. So what is this one doing? Birdman, attack effect overlapping. Is air bash playing? Trigger once, set animation to hit. Subtract 2. Add 10 to score. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I still don't get it. Hold on. Oh, this is... Okay, I'm sorry. This is for the Birdman. I just got that. This is for the Birdman. This is for the Falcon itself. Sorry.
Oh, right.
All right, so it's... Let's pay attention.
Because there you spawn the bashed falcon, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what we need to do is I created a clone of the bashed falcon. So all we have to do is do a check, right? So add another condition. We're just going to compare the global value of firepower and ask if it is equal to 0. Then that's what it'll do. Let's put this up at the top. Yeah, I think this is the most optimized way to do it. And then Control-C, Control-V. And then we're just going to, excuse me, edit this and make it greater than 0. And we are going to select the whole thing and replace object. And we are replacing the bashed falcon with the bashed flaming enemy. And so now the trick is we need to look for bashed to see what it does in different situations. So on landed, we need to trigger a screen shake. Oh yeah, which we already do even with the little ones. So we need to trigger a more violent screen shake, and the size of the explosion will depend on how big your firepower is. I forgot about that part. So we need to transfer a value into the bashed flaming enemy. So let's go in here and let's create an instance variable called power level. And so we might as well start it at 1. It doesn't matter because we're always going to be setting it when we spawn it based on the player's firepower. But, oops. So, when we spawn Flaming Bashed, what we need to do is set its power level, set value, power level to whatever the power level is, or the firepower is of the player. Am I looking in the wrong thing?
I think it's right there.
Global value. Yeah, global value.
Yeah, I think it's firepower.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we spawn it, we set its firepower, and we do all the other stuff. That's all fine. So now that will help us decide how big of an explosion to spawn when it hits the ground. Alright, so now we can do this, Control-V, and we can replace object and replace bashed falcon with bashed flaming. But now we need to add another condition, and we're going to do we're going to compare its value. Compare instance value. Power level equals to 1. In that case, we're going to do this exact same stuff, only we'll make it like 12. That's fine. Then we're going to do, let's say, I guess I'll make this a little tidier and do add blank sub-event, and then move this here, and let's see, move this. No matter what, we're going to add 10 to score, play the explosion sound, but Quake might increase depending on the firepower. Alright, so that's more organized. And then power level equals 2. I guess for that we'll use the same sprite, and then we will Quake the screen even more. And then power level, I think I'll just do, we'll just keep going. Equals 3. And do 16. And then one more, which is going to be greater than 3. Greater than 3. And we're going to do 20. That might be too much, huh?
Well, you'll leave it at 20. We'll see. We'll see how it looks.
I already typed it. But so with these last two, though, we should be spawning that different, bigger explosion that you had done the art for, and that I think I created. Let's see what it's called. Or for now, we'll just replace object explosion. Let's see, explosion 2. There we go.
Okay.
So in those higher power levels, it'll make a bigger explosion. It'll shake the screen more. Save. And then, what else do we need to do? When it hits the Birdman, it needs to hurt for more damage. So that would not be bashed. That would be... Oh, actually, let's stick on bashed for now, because it does need to hit other things.
Right.
So here it is. No, that's not it. Hold on a second. At some point, bashed Falcon overlapping Birdman. Okay. Hey, why did that happen? That was weird. Okay. Control C, Control V. So we're going to replace this bashed Falcon with bashed Flaming. And let's see. So we are going to, somewhere we subtract hit points, right? Subtract 1. Okay, so instead of subtracting 1, we're going to do 1 plus, we'll just keep it simple for now, power level. Where is that? That is in the bash thing. Power level. Alright, so it's hurting for more damage. Now the other thing that we could do is make it spawn the bigger explosion if the power level is high enough. Let's see.
Yeah.
Because that way, even if it hits the Birdman, the big explosion will appear, and then if some other enemy is close enough, it could get hit by that big explosion too once we work that code in. But we don't need this and this, we just need this and this. So here and here. Control C. And that. And what happened there? Oh, I guess I just somehow pasted in between. That's fine. Alright, so we are creating it from there. That's fine. Oh, yeah, we shouldn't shake the screen, I guess, since it hit. You know what I mean? Like the Birdman took the force, not the ground.
Right.
So we won't shake the screen. But we also need one more event that says if power level is less than 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll handle all the other likelihoods, and that'll spawn the regular small explosion.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I think that...
Oh,
Yep.
I would say you probably need to take that one bashed flaming destroy.
Exactly.
There. Yeah.
Good one. Good catch. All right. I was testing you.
Oh, yeah.
And you passed. All right. So let's see. I might as well run it and see if all of these changes are good. Oh, my favorite friend, the snow level.
You like my new art, right? I mean,
For the snow level, I think it's impeccable. That I can find not a single fault with any pixel. All right. Take that. All right. Now I have to remember what we're testing for. Airbash. No, it just exploded instead of doing the airbash.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Is it?
I messed something up.
Is it? He's not doing more damage.
Not to the birds. I made that happen to the birdmen, but not the birds. But obviously I did something wrong. Hold on. All right, what's up with that? So let's see. They're just called Falcon, right? Right. So we'll just look for what was it? Attack effect?
Yeah.
So airbash. Oh yeah, we should just look for airbash. Yeah. So if it's overlapping Falcon. Oh, I see. If airbash is not playing, that's the problem.
Right.
So it needs to work for the. Yeah, we need to put in those other. Which is, what is it? One fire airbash, I think. Let's double check again. Let's see. Clicking on wrong things here. Bear with me. One flame airbash. I'm going to copy and paste just to avoid typos. Rename. Copy. Alright. Wrong one. Okay, there we go. So is... There we go. That's... Oh no, I did default instead of airbash. What a doofus. Airbash. I think it's like this.
Boy, a handy feature would just be a little drop down of the animation names right there, and because it's already got attack effect.
That is very true.
Targeted, so it's like, yeah, that would be nice.
I think it might do that in Construct 3. I could be wrong, but I think I remember
incredibly
an
handy.
announcement about that. All right, so, but unless I misremembered a name or did a typo, now that won't instantaneously kill. That's why it was getting killed.
Right.
Yeah, looks like I have to do the same thing here. What's the difference here? Oh, this is for Birdman. Okay. All right, that's cool. And then, so this is for Airbash. Airbash. Firepower. Okay, that's good. We just didn't do it yet for Birdman with firepower. So we're going to copy this and add it here. And then we need whatever happens to him when there is firepower. Does that make sense? So copy and paste. Firepower is greater than 0. Oh yeah, and this actually, that's a good point. It would never be regular airbash.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's part of what's messing us up over here too, because this is checking for his animation airbash. Let's see. I guess we need.
Yeah. See, when you're spawning the bash.
Yeah. What I need
versions,
to do.
Yeah. It's.
What I need to do is do a add a blank sub-event for now, and I'm going to drag all of this stuff into here, and I'm going to turn this into an OR block. Whenever I say that, I think of that short-lived cartoon series called the OR Bots.
Oh, right.
I wonder how many viewers will have any idea what I'm talking about. But it was sort of like a Transformers knockoff, but anyway. Very high quality animation, actually, back in the day. But it did not last long. Anyway, there's the trivia for the day. Completely pointless trivia. Alright, so this, we just need to go like that. And then it would be, I think, 1 fire airbash and 2 fire airbash. I'll have to double check these names. I put 1 again. I cannot be trusted. Alright. Oh, it's flame airbash. Are you kidding me? Alright. Let's try that again. Flame. Flame. Oops, typo. F lame. That seems somehow appropriate. Okay, so we need to do the same thing here with this event.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Actually, no, I didn't even need to do that here, which is kind of funny. Or not funny, haha, but funny. Mike, you idiot. Let's see. So add blank sub event.
Oh, that's funny, haha.
Make OR block, and then grab all 3 of these. Alright, and then get rid of make OR block, and then get rid of this. Because it can't be airbash if it will only be airbash if firepower is 0. Does that make sense? It can't be flame if firepower is 0.
Yeah.
And same thing here. Alright, and then so we'll just do that. Okay. I think we're getting close.
Oh.
Yep, go ahead.
Do you even need that one there that just says is the airbash playing the regular airbash?
Oh no,
I mean,
the good point. Yeah, that should have been removed.
Okay, yeah, that should work then.
Yeah, that would have totally. This would have never happened because that was there. So
Right.
I'm glad you spotted that. We still have this, which is for Birdman, airbash, firepower. Yeah, see, this is the same issue. We need to add the OR block thingamabobber. So add blank sub event. Scroll that up there.
Is it an orb or is it a block? I mean, it's an OR block. So
you just haven't studied quantum mechanics enough. All right, so let me see if that is correct. Oh, we need to get rid of this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now this is the question. Oh yeah, here, because he's getting hit with the flame power, this should be 2+ and then firepower. And since the airbash is an increased attack strength, we won't just do the firepower itself. We'll do firepower multiplied. We'll do. What will we do?
5,000. No.
That could work. No, we'll do 2 times instead of 2 plus firepower.
Right.
2 times, and then the global value. Firepower. Okay, I think that makes sense. So he's going to get hurt pretty bad. He's going to play regular hit. It could be kind of nice eventually if we have like a one... You know how in games like Final Fight, if the characters got hit with an explosion, every character became the same like flaming human cocoon animation? It would be kind of fun to have that for the humanoid characters too. So when they get hit, they like get on fire and then it dissipates, but it's like a special hit animation.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Let's see. I think otherwise we're fine. Alright, let's see how much I messed up. Alright, let's see here. Luckily you were babysitting to a large degree, so I don't think I did too much damage.
Well, I have to keep your ore box in check.
Well, it's working so far. The only thing I think I noticed is they are flying straight down for some reason instead of the angle.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it's all working the way it's supposed to. So we just have to figure out... Oh! Apparently we were using the bullet movement of... Maybe bullet movement? I didn't think so. Oh, maybe there's an event that makes the diagonal movement happen on the... the horizontal movement. That makes sense. Okay. So I'll bet you if we search bashed... oops, I need to be in events for that. Bashed. So look for something that moves something horizontally. Let's see. No, that's not it. Here we go. So apparently it's using the platform behavior. And see here, it's being held left or right. So we just need to copy those and replace object. And there we go. So now they should move on the angle too. I'm going to save progress. And I'm going to run the level and see what it looks like. Alright. Give me a bird. Oops. That low one is hard to air bash. Oh, no, I just suck, that's all. Oh, wrong way, interesting. Oh, maybe we're not... there's probably an event where you're supposed to set which way it's facing as far as the platform movement is concerned. And let's see. Where would that be? Oh yeah, we have to mirror it or not, which apparently we're somehow not doing.
Oh, right above that. See where it says Bashed Falcon. Oh no.
It's when we spawn it. When we spawn it, obviously we're not. What was it called? Bashed flame. Bashed flaming or something like that. We're just flaming an enemy. I can't remember. Bashed flaming. So when we spawn it, we're supposed to be checking which way the hero is facing. See here? Alright, let me look. What's the problem here? Firepower is greater than 0. Attack effect is overlapping. Aha. Here, you see here we are setting whether it's mirrored or not before we're creating it. This has to be up here. Aha. That was the problem. Okay, is that the only case? I think that's the only case where we're creating them, since they only come from the Falcon. So I think we are good now. Well, at least bug fixing is going faster in this video, knock on wood. Less editing to do. Less of a need to go into chipmunk mode a million times in one video. Alright, let's see. Give me a Birdman. Yeah, he's fast and low, so he's really hard. I think there was still a problem. I could be wrong, though. That way is fine, Mike. Test the other way. It's just harder to do it. Man, sorry. Wow, it's harder than it looks. Honest.
Are we gonna have to put another really slow-moving Falcon in?
Exactly. That's a good point. That would make it easier to test. Yeah, it's still going the wrong way. Okay.
Oh.
So, let's see here. Firepower. Oh, that's for firepower is greater than 0. I bet I didn't fix it for when it's not greater than 0. Because I didn't grab the firepower that time, I think. Oh yeah, so we need just regular bashed. We won't be able to see the event bashed. So, firepower is 0, air bash. What happened here? Yeah, same problem. This belongs up here. And there's even no point having this as its own sub-event because it's if firepower is 0. Oh, no. Well, yeah, no, there's no point. It might as well be up there too, and all this might as well be up there too. Because air bash is the only possibility you know what I mean? If you're air bashing, right. Air bash is the only possibility. Okay. This should have fixed that problem as well. Save progress and check. Take that. Alright. Oops, I shouldn't have grabbed the firepower. Because oh, but no, that's the wrong way too still. What is going on? Did you see it?
Well,
Alright, let me reset and not grab the firepower and see what happens. Oh, it went the right way that time. So it's working with regular no power. So let me grab power now. Oh, that's an interesting thing. We don't have the flying enemies that are flaming. When they hit the ground, they should release orbs too. So that's something we can do at some other point. And I won't stretch out this video for that. We'll just fix this bug.
Sure,
I think we'll be good for this video. So, assuming this bug doesn't take forever to fix. All right.
I think it could be just whatever you just did, to the regular bashed Falcon. I think you just need to do that to the flaming, because I think you might have changed it somewhat.
So we're spawning it, and then we're setting to mirrored or not based on if the hero is mirrored or not. That seems correct.
You're right. Yeah.
Is OR somehow messing it up in this case? I hope not, but we can test for that. Let me see. Spawn. We're spawning it. We're setting its power level. We're setting its Y vector. Destroying the Falcon. Adding 10. Bird hit. Not mirrored. Mirrored. Not mirrored, mirrored. That's all the same.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Exactly
the only thing different is air bash, flame air bash. Let me double check the name. Although I think for these I copy and paste it. I want to make sure.
Yeah.
What am I checking? Yeah, this. Yeah, 2 flame air bash. Or 1 or 2.
1 flame air bash, 2 flame air bash.
Alright, so gameplay events. Doesn't look like anything changed as far as I can see. I think, I have a feeling somehow the fact that this sub-event is an OR block is actually causing trouble somehow. Even though I don't see logistically why it would cause trouble. But we can do one really quick, speedy hack to fix this. And that is to simply make a clone, get rid of the OR block in both, and then delete one for one and the other for the other.
Yep.
So now, and this is all identical, yep. And then those have to happen. Bashed flaming. Spawn, okay. Oh, that's interesting. I'm thinking maybe because this is outside of the sub-event. Like, you see how here it's spawning it, and then the sub-event is mirroring it or not? Let's see. Like, this doesn't directly follow that one. Oh no, it must have been because it was in the OR block for some reason. Let's test it like this and see if it works.
Yeah, it could just be a quirk.
No, I think we're in the spider level, snow scene. Okay. We're testing with the firepower, right? So I can grab that power. Yeah. And it went the wrong way still. Alright, that way is fine. Yeah, it's still going the wrong way. Interesting.
Huh.
Okay, so. I'm gonna just really make this extremely sort of redundant to try to really make sure that it knows which thing we're talking about to mirror or not.
Right.
So let's see if that changed anything. If that fixes it, then alright, let's see. Same to you. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Oops. Try the other way if I don't die first. Nice. Alright, looks like we fixed everything.
Nice.
One last quick go at it. Did I keep my... Yeah, I kept my firepower even though I died. We didn't handle that contingency yet, but... Nice. Nice. Alright, I think we actually handled everything we wanted to, except I wasn't really paying attention to screen shaking. I'm catching up with him because he's slow. Yeah, it's definitely screen shaking.
Yeah, it's definitely working.
It's
okay.
A little jumpier than we want, just because the way the variables are set, but...
yeah, we can tweak that a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, it's working. So, alright, well, I think that's good for this video. We got you're now able to pick up the magic fire power. It actually has an effect, changes your attacks, and makes the attacks affect the enemies differently. So, I think that's a good place to stop for this one. And remember, everyone, for the next 5 to 7 days, we're just going to do very quick little update videos showing you what we've accomplished for that day, but there's going to be hopefully a video every day. If something pops up that gets in our way in a given day for making any or some progress, I will try to at least do an update video saying that we didn't really make any progress. We'll see. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching.